Hello,
Hello,
please introduce yourself.
my name is Nesibeli, but you can call me just Nessie.
Okay, so let's talk about yourself, your interests, hobbies, and so on. So let's talk about your hometown. So first question is, do you live in a city or you live in a town?
I live in a city, as it has in a city Shymkent that is situated in the south of Kazakhstan. It is a city, not a town, because it has a population approximately 1 million people, population of 1 million people, and it is becoming bigger increasingly.
So what kind of place is it?
Shymkent is very cosmopolitan city. We have a lot of because we have a lot of nationalities. Shymkent is a historical city because it is situated near the place where Silkway city took place in past.
Mm-hmm. What's the most interesting part of your city?
I suppose most interesting is that our people, because I don't know why, but every Kazakhstani knows if I am from Shymkent or not. Maybe it's because of our a bit different mentality from other regions of Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm. What kind of jobs do the people in your city do?
I think there are a lot of jobs for people such as dentists, engineers, builders, doctors, teachers, etc.
Mm-hmm. And would you say it's a good place to live?
I strongly believe that Shymkent is a good place to live because I love my city and I don't want to move in another place.
Mm-hmm. Let's turn to speaking part 2. You will have to talk about the topic for 1-2 minutes. You will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes to help you if you wish. So the topic is to describe something you own, which is very important to you. Here is your card, and you have 1 minute. Okay.
One thing that is very important for me is my mobile phone. I got it from my brother my elder brother bought it for me as a gift for my good marks at school, and I have had my phone for nearly 2 years. That time 2 years ago, it only it had it only it was a new version of iPhone, so I was very happy, and I use it for mainly for learning English, because I downloaded a lot of dictionaries to my phone, and a lot of games in English, and I have my social network apps there, such as Skype, Facebook, VK, and there I can communicate with foreigners in English. Also, I use it for entertainment, because I watch movies there, I listen to music, especially I usually watch movies in English with English subtitles, and it is important to me, because I'm going to take an IELTS exam in 1 week time, so it really helps me to increase my level of English using these apps.
Mm-hmm. So, is your mobile phone valuable in terms of money?
I suppose it is still valuable now, though it passed 2 years from its presentation.
Mm-hmm. And would it be easy to replace it with something different?
It would be great if I could replace it with the newest version of iPhone, but not another brand.
Mm-hmm. Good. Let's turn to speaking part 3. So let's consider first of all how people's values have changed. What kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
I think money changes people's views on valuable things, and also because of money, people get rich and communicate and with the finest society, and they forget about their past.
Mm-hmm. Have things changed since your parents' time?
I reckon that a lot have changed since the Soviet Union time, as my parents were born in Soviet Union, so they had, I think now it's much better life, as we have everything we want, just if there is money in our pockets.
Mm-hmm. And finally, let's talk about the role of advertising. Do you think advertising influences what people buy?
I think yes, it makes a big influence on people because people usually buy things that they have watched on TV or they saw, they have seen on the internet, in the internet. These things are made more attractive in the advertising. So that's why we think it is they are better than others.
Mhm.
Hello,
Please introduce
my
yourself.
name is Padej.
Okay, so let's start. Let's talk about your hometown.
Okay.
Okay, do you live in a town or a city?
I live in a city called Shymkent. It's situated on the southern part of Kazakhstan.
And what kind of place is it?
It's very good place. People are friendly. The city is city has a lot of sightings and that's
And what's the most interesting part of your city?
interesting part of city. Well, I think our city is the business center of our country, and that's-
Okay, so what kind of jobs do the people in your city do?
there are a lot of jobs. There are teachers, doctors, lawyers, drivers, and businessmen.
Mm-hmm. And would you say it's a good place to live?
Yes, of course.
Why?
Well, because people are very friendly. It's very good city.
Mm-hmm. So let's turn to speaking part 2. So you will have to talk about the topic for 1-2 minutes. You have 1 minute to prepare to what you're going to say, and you can make notes to help if you wish. So the topic is to describe something you own which is very important to you. Okay, so here is your card, and you have 1 minute. Okay.
Describe something you own which is very important to you. I think it's my mobile phone. It was my birthday present. I have had it for a half year. I can use it well. I can surf the net. I can communicate with it. In my free time, I can play games, listen to music, and Every day, everywhere, my mobile phone is with me.
Mm-hmm. And can you explain why it is important to you?
It is important. Well, I think mm, okay, next question.
So, is it valuable in terms of money?
Sorry?
Is your telephone expensive?
Well, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And would it be easy to replace it with something different?
Replace it with something different. I don't think so.
Why? Okay, let's turn to speaking part 3. So let's consider first of all how people's values have changed over the time. So what kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
Give status? I didn't answer that.
What kind of things create a positive image or help to create a positive image as if you belong to a high social class? And have things changed since your parents' time?
Yes, of course.
What things have changed and how?
Our government has changed. And, we became independent country. And I think it's the main change.
Mm-hmm. And finally, let's talk about the role of advertising. So, do you think advertising influences what people buy? Do you understand the question? Do you think that people buy what they see on TV, like different commercials and so on?
I think yes.
Why?
Because in the advert,
Okay,
Hello,
please introduce yourself.
my name is Yulia.
Let's start our exam. Let's talk about accommodation.
Okay.
So tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
I live in detached house. In my house, rooms are spacious, and I have many space. I like my room. She is light, and I relaxed in my room. My house has some disadvantages like noisy outside.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you lived there?
I lived there for 2 hours because before that I live in a flat.
Mm. And what do you like about your house?
I like that, as I said, I have a big house and big space. So my all my family live in this house, and I always can invite some friends, or maybe waste a holiday with my friends and family.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of accommodation would you personally most like to live in?
Personally, I would like live in a house. As I dream, maybe near to sea or ocean, maybe, because I prefer to have a huge air.
Mm-hmm. So let's turn to our speaking part two. You will have to talk about the topic for 1-2 minutes. You also have 1 minute to prepare, so to what you're going to say, and you can make some notes. So your topic is describe something you own, which is very important to you. Okay? So here is your card, and you have 1 minute. Okay.
I would like to tell you about the most important thing in my life. Actually, every day I use the internet. I search the internet from my computer or mobile phone. Now, this thing plays a big role in my life because I spend 1 or 2 hours with the internet. Actually, I think it's bad, but I use it to get a new information, find a new films, or read a new books. I prefer to find it in electronic way, and I think in our time internet is very useful, and it's easy to get it because we have Wi-Fi in actually in every house or university or school. Well, from my point of view, internet I really depends from internet, and I hope that in some time I will know how to use my time better.
Mm-hmm. So is it valuable to have an access to the internet in terms of money?
Um, Actually, I don't know many about this, but now in schools, as I'm studying school, I have an opportunity to use the internet available.
Mm-hmm. And would it be easy to replace with something else? Like, for example, instead of downloading the book from the internet, so just go to the library and have this in a paper version.
Yes. Well, I know some websites when I can download the interesting information for me or important, and I just copy it, and I can do it at school.
Mm-hmm. Good. So let's turn to our speaking part 3. So let's consider first of all how people's values have changed. So what kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
For Kazakhstan people, family is the most important, and I think now in society job takes much time, but I hope that in Kazakhstan family will play a big role as now. In my opinion, people are more interested in relations between relatives, and it is more important than a job or some hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Have things changed since your parents' time?
Yes. I feel that things changed because my parents tells me some stories about their childhood and how they spent time or what was important for themselves. For example, now children are more interested in electronic games and internet. In time of my parents, they were more interested in communication. Now we can get communication from internet, but I think it's a lie, because communication should be between people who see each other. So I think many things has changed.
Mm-hmm. And finally, let's talk about the role of advertising. Do you think advertising influences what people buy?
I really see it. From my point of view, it's very popular now. Advertising influence on us to buy clothes, food, or anything else. It requires interesting color, something fashionable in our time, and we just see it and wanted to get it. At this time, we don't think about the quality of things and if we really need these things.
Hello,
Please introduce yourself.
my name is Oskar.
Good. Let's turn to speaking part 1. So let's talk about your hometown. Okay? So do you live in a town or city?
I live in a city which locates in the southern part of our country. It's so that it's a very hottest part in our country, and it's very big city, one of the big cities in our country.
Mm-hmm. So could you please give more examples of what kind of place is it?
What kind of place? It's very hot place for people from other cities of our country, and there are a lot of population is very big, and the transport is increasing every day, because population is very big, and the buildings, and the city is being more bigger and bigger.
And what's the most interesting part of your city?
Actually, there are a lot of places which are very interesting, but one of this there are architectural places which are very historical, because they were built in middle in 15th or 14th century, and people from not only from our country but from all over the world come to our city and see these architectural buildings.
Mm-hmm. What kind of jobs do the people in your city do?
Actually, there are a number of jobs, but I think the most the most typical typical jobs for our people is a lawyer, being a lawyer, and a solicitor, for example, because from my point of view, the numbers of this kind of people is increasing with very good progress.
And would you say Shymkent is a good place to live?
I think yes, because but I don't know about another non-native native livers of our country, because but for me I think it's a very ideal places to live, because weather is good, and there are you can population is very big, and you can find a job very easily.
Mm-hmm. So let's turn to speaking part 2. You will have to talk about the topic for 1-2 minutes. You also have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes to help you. So the topic is describe something you own which is very important to you. Okay, so here is your card. 1 minute to prepare. Okay.
Describe something you own which is very important to you. The thing which I don't, which I cannot live without, it's my mobile phone. I bought it for my birthday. My parents bought it for my birthday, and it's almost a year I have my mobile phone, and I use it to take photos, because I like to photo, and I want to catch up the very beautiful and interesting moments in my life, and I also communicate with my friends and relatives by web camera, and I always want to know the latest news in all over the world, and there are a lot of programs which are very interesting, and also games. When it's boring, I play games in my mobile phone, and there are different programs which entertains me very good.
Mm-hmm. So is it valuable in terms of money?
But I think but not all people in our city can value this gadget for them, because there are very different type of people about material status.
And would it be easy to replace?
I think it's professional camera because I want to. I usually I buy mobile phones which have very good camera and very good professional camera can replace my mobile phone.
So let's turn to speaking part 3. We continue discussing the same topics like possessions and things. So let's consider first of all how people's values have changed. So what kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
Status. What kind of thing?
Social status.
Can you repeat?
So social status, it's belonging to a certain social level.
Yeah.
So and what kind of things give status? So good impression.
Every person can have their own opinions, but I think the main social status is their how they reach very such kind of status and their behavior and their what they have and what they do for our country. It all shows the social status, the social place in our city.
So have things changed since your parents' time?
Yes, of course, because the modern technology is changing and it's being more better and better. For example, when my parents lived, when they was old ages as me, they don't have any gadgets which I have nowadays. For example, mobile phones, computers, even televisions, which they have only white and black color televisions.
And finally, let's talk about the role of advertising. Do you think advertising influences what people buy?
I think yes, because all firm or company do the advert and the people they want to involve people, and I think that people always confide into the advert and they think that it's real like this, and they want to buy and to buy this thing.
Hello,
Please introduce yourself.
my name is Aidana.
Okay, let's talk about accommodation.
Okay.
So tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
I live in a detached house. It's in a district which is located on the eastern part of our city. We have 2 bedrooms, 1 kitchen, and 2 living rooms.
How long have you lived there?
I have been living there from 2001 until this time. I lived in an apartment in the city, in the center of our city.
What do you like about living there?
There is not noisy in our district, and also people are friendly. We have good, pleasant neighbors, and also there is no crime, and it's not a criminal place where our home is located.
And what sort of accommodation would you most like to live in, personally?
Personally, I prefer an apartment because it's very comfortable to live in an apartment, and it's convenient to go to anywhere, and it's comfortable to clean this house.
Good, let's turn to speaking part 2.
Okay.
So you will have to talk about the topic for 1-2 minutes, and you also have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes to help you, right? So you should describe something you own which is very important to you. So here is your card, and you have 1 minute. Okay.
Very important thing for me nowadays is a tablet, my tablet. As the 21st century is a technological century, my parents gave it to in my birthday, and I have it for year and a half. I use it almost for everything. For example, I surf the internet on my tablet, also read different genres of books, and I also play in my spare time. And when I go to somewhere else, for example, when I go out with my friends, we capture beautiful sights, and I take photos on this tablet. The most important thing what I do on my tablet is that I can get information, which is I can get information everywhere, and and in time when I need it. So it's very convenient for me to take it with myself and use everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And is it valuable in terms of money?
In terms of money, yes, because it costs reasonable amount of money.
Mm-hmm. And would it be easy to replace?
I think I think with another thing I cannot replace it, because computer is not convenient to take, so it's impossible to take with me, so it cannot be replaced by anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's turn to speaking part 3. So let's consider first of all how people's values have changed. We continue discussing the same topic of possessions and things. So what kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
What kind of things? I think the best thing the most valuable thing for people in Kazakhstan is eminence, I think, and fame, because valuable thing is not important for our mentality. However, as time is going by, so it's changing, and some apartments what people have and cars maybe sometimes they define their wealth.
Mm-hmm. And have things changed since your parents' time?
Things, yes. I think things changed to good. to good side or good things were improved because my parents lived in Soviet time and nowadays they changed everything to everything and improved everything in our house and what they own.
Can you give examples what exactly has changed in Kazakhstan since your parents' time?
In Kazakhstan, for example, buildings and people's opinions. I think lots of things has changed. As the most changed thing is people's opinions, because nowadays money for lots of people money is very important, and they work for it from early morning until the night. However, there are lots of positive changes too. For example, people can afford lots of things. For example, for their children, for themselves, so they can choose on what they want to spend their time and money.
Mm-hmm. And finally, let's talk about the role of advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think advertising influences what people buy?
I think yes, because advertising represents the firm and represents the firm as a perfect thing. For example, it shows that the products, the useful sides of products, and it also make people accustomed to this product, so that people would know about this product and its useful sides, and they would buy them.
Okay, thank you.
Hello,
Please introduce yourself.
my name is Adlet. I'm Ziles, level student.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your hometown.
Okay.
What kind of place is it?
It's not so big city. It's situated in a south part of Kazakhstan. We have extreme continental climate. It means that winters are cold and summers are hot.
Mm. And what's the most interesting part of your town?
The most interesting part, I think, it's a central part of our town, because the most entertainment centers situated in the central part of our town. It's like a mega and also bowling center, Maharaja, and some clubs.
And what kind of jobs do the people in your town do?
In my town, there are lots of jobs. For example, lawyers, drivers, and so on.
And would you say it's a good place to live?
Yes, of course, it's a good place to live, because our town is the air of my town is clean, and we have a lot of trees, a lot of parks. It's a central park. It's a park on Yubileyny district, and on the lake nearby, which is situated nearby to my home.
Mm-hmm. So let's turn to speaking part 2. It's an individual task.
Okay.
So you should describe something you own which is very important to you. Okay, you have 1 minute. So here is your card. Okay.
Okay. Something my own which is very important for me nowadays. It's my telephone, laptop. It's too important for me because I can, with my telephone, I can prepare to my UNT exams, and I can use it to listen to music, to know the last news in our world. I use the internet, and I bought it in Mega Center, and 2 months ago, I think, 2 months ago, and it's really useful and necessary thing for me, because without my telephone, I think I can't do almost everything what I do every day.
Mm-hmm. And is it valuable in terms of money?
Yes, it's valuable in terms money, because nowadays you can't do anything without monies, and if you want to buy something or to work in some company where you want to earn monies, you should have monies to give them this monies.
And would it be easy to replace?
To what's name?
Would it be easy to replace your mobile phone?
To I think not. It wouldn't be easy, because it's necessary thing.
Mm-hmm. So let's turn to speaking part 3. We continue actually discussing the same topic, so possessions and things. So what kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
Is what some?
What kind of things give status to people in Kazakhstan?
Okay. Sorry, but I can't give you an answer to this question.
Try. Should I paraphrase the question?
Yes, please.
So, what kind of things make people feel like belonging to some social class? So, status means just belonging to a high social class.
I think, as in every country, it's especially in Kazakhstan, your it's your work, it's your car, your social status, and your work, everything in your life, everything what you do.
Have things changed since your parents' time?
Yes, because a lot of things changed, and nowadays, for example, on USSR, was everybody was on one social. Everybody had the same salary and the level of social status, and nowadays we have a lot of poor families and a lot of rich families who earn good salary, and after
Okay, and the last question. Do you think advertising influences what people buy? Should I repeat the question? Do you think advertising influences what people buy? Yes? No?
No.
Develop.
Can you paraphrase?
Do you think that people buy what is advertised?
Yes. Say by what is. Sorry, I want to change my answer. They buy what is advertising on TV because when they see this type of thing on TV, they know that they can buy it on a shop, and they don't know about things which wasn't advertised on TV, and I think that's why they wouldn't buy them. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.